Ghost of Tsushima is one of the most beautiful, tranquil, and awe-inspiring game worlds I have ever seen. So why am I so bored exploring it? Hello people of the internet, my name is Nick, one of the four brothers of the most consistent, high quality, and humble YouTube channels that is called Sofa Bits, and I'm here to pick a bone with Sucker Punch's Ghost of Tsushima. But before I get to that, let me first say this. Ghost of Tsushima is a great game. While it does have its flaws, I'm looking at you climbing sections, it is still a game I would recommend to anyone who would try it. I really like this game, but I almost loved it. And that is solely down to the side stuff. Now, what do I mean by side stuff? Well, I'm talking about the Inari shrines, the mythic tales, the base liberations, the lighthouses, the bamboo strikes. Don't know if I said that one already. All the side missions themselves. I'm talking about anything that little yellow bird will lead you to. Let's begin by talking about those Inari shrines. Now, these little events occur when you find a magical yellow tree that has a fox den beneath it. Now, an adorable little fox will pop out. It will say hello in an adorable little sound and then scurry off, asking the player to follow it to one of these shrines. You pray to it and you get a little charm. Now you're saying to yourself, Nick, that sounds positively delightful. Why would you hate that? And I will tell you, it was delightful the first couple of times, but there are 49 of these. 49. Eventually, it begins to feel like some uninteresting chore when they're placed seemingly every 500 feet from one another. But imagine if they did this. As you go along your journey, you find a denser part of the forest, and as you peel back the branches, it exposes a large grove, the magical tree at its center. At the base, you find the fox, and it leads you down a hidden stream covered in moss. Flowered branches from above are raining petals upon you as you go deeper and deeper. And then, under the roots of a large looming tree, you find the shrine lightly lit with candles. You pray to it, and the kami bestows upon you a special and powerful trinket. The next time this happens, it's in a cave behind a waterfall, or in an old abandoned shrine. But this only happens 3 times, because every time it would be special and individual, and 49 is way too much. Just ridiculous. And half the time the shrines are just behind a rock or something you could just happen onto. Like, you don't even need Fox McCloud to find these things. And this feeling of too many things is furthered when you look at the 16 bamboo strikes, the 18 hot springs, and the, completely forgot about them, but the 23 pillars of honor. But I will give credit to the lighthouses, the Shinto shrines, and the haikus. They seem to fit a lot more in the world, so they're less intrusive, let's say. But when you add up all of these different things together, you get 149 events across the island of Tsushima. 149 events that are filling up your map with little question marks. I'm not even including side missions. I'm not including the Mongol territories that you have to liberate. Outside of those, 149. It just becomes this daunting amount of repeated content that just mashes together into this just like a lot, you know? And what sucks is that there's a lot of really great ideas being wasted here. Let's look at the yellow bird, for example. Now, this guy organically leads you to all of this side stuff without the need of a compass or intrusive HUD. But this magical moment loses any sort of sense of wonder when Tweety Bird is on your shoulder every 5 seconds telling you to get up and get going. You see, this repetition diminishes the value of all these separate great ideas. Finding these unique fox shrines, or writing haikus in majestic landscapes, or reflecting in the waters of hot springs, are all better served as crafted individual events rather than being cut and pasted and thrown into a map filled with markers to be checked off a list. Because that's what they feel like. They feel cut and pasted after a while. They were so cool the first time, and then you have to do them over and over again. It just loses its luster. But with the collecty bits out of the way, let's go to the before mentioned Mongol territories. Now, these are bases that the player has to go and clear out a series of enemies using a mix of stealth and full frontal assault. I don't really know what much there is to say about this, other than I've played Far Cry 3 before. So done with this. It's not bad, but every time you see it, it's just like, yeah, okay. Next, let's take a look at the side missions. Now, I will first say that the characters themselves and their stories are great. But it's just how they told the stories is what kind of bugs me. For each of the characters, they have this sort of loyalty mission that is separated into parts. So for one character and their story, it could be like 9 missions. Now, this isn't inherently bad, but this is how it felt. Hey look, it's Ishikawa. I wonder what's going on with this rogue student. Hey look, it's me, Ishikawa. My rogue student, I think I found her down at one of those camps. We gotta go check it out. Okay man, let's go. And then you're on the horseback ride, there's like backstory, and then we clear out the Mongols. Geez, she wasn't here, but when you're ready, meet me on the other side of the map and we can look for her over there. Oh, okay, I guess I'll look around here. Oh, there's Tweety Bird. There she is. And by the time I met up with Ishikawa on the other side of the map, I had forgotten parts of his story. I still don't remember what the student's name was. And overall, I felt kind of disconnected to this intriguing person's tale. So the fun times of assembling your team, assembling the squad, just felt kind of meh, I guess. They also do this weird thing at the end of missions where they use this very distant camera angle so that any exposition they're giving seems completely not important. Like, as the player, I need to see the emotion between the two characters so that I feel involved in the story. I don't want to see two character models just kind of standing near each other with like particle effects going all around them and cool nature. It's just going to take my attention away, and guess what? It really did. Again, the stories themselves are good. The mythic tales are fantastic, and this is the first time I talked about those, completely forgot about those, but they're great. But the way they told these stories left me feeling a bit disconnected, and it kind of felt like they shot themselves in the foot. To me, all of my critiques can be solved with just less. The design of the explorative elements and the side stuff seem more concerned with filling up a map rather than delivering impactful moments for the player. And of course I see this in other games. You can fit in any open world game you want here. But this one got to me because I'm a huge sucker for samurai. I'm a big fan of the way this thing looks, and I'm just a huge fan of this game. They were just so close. Again, I'd like to reiterate that this is a really good game. I didn't touch on the gameplay, which is good, and I didn't touch on its amazing story. There are plenty of reasons that this game could be worth your while. I just thought that this unnecessary padding and bloat that, while it's not unique to the Ghost of Tsushima, needed talking about. And you may be sitting there going like, hey Nick, why don't you just not do the side stuff and just focus on the main story and you have a better time? And to that, I say no. I'm way too invested at this point. I've gotten this far, I'm gonna finish it the way I'm doing it. So there. So overall, the side stuff in the Ghost of Tsushima burned brightly in the beginning, but ultimately diminished its good ideas with needless repetition. So there it is, those are my thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, if you agree with me, you disagree with me, anything you want to say, let me know down in the comments below. I will be looking at them, of course. Also, if you want to see more content like this from us, let us know. This is my first time kind of doing like a video essay thing. I don't know how it went. But yeah, subscribe, like, do a backflip. I don't know, but I've been Nick, the eyebrowed editor from SofaBits, the best channel on YouTube. See ya!